Um, 5 kg spring. 5 kg spring. I've said spring too many times. Stop saying spring. It works when it works.
What?
Hey boys and girls, so today we're going to talk about a project I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Is this my OG Alpha Trooper?
Say hello to my little friend.
Since I got into the hobby, I wanted to make like a Spas-12 looking thing. So I saw a video by Nerf Gun Attachments. It's how long I wanted to do this because he doesn't do much anymore. With a Spas-12 kit from Tooper 3D Print, which is where this stock's from. But I don't. That it's made for the Rampage, much like the AK Blaster Mods front grip, which I've got here, with which we'll talk about this bit in a minute. I don't like the Rampage. I'm a lefty, so the side mag thing is a pain in the butt. So I thought I'd get an Alpha Trooper and do it like that. Sorry, cat's being an absolute knobhead for the last couple of days. So I bought the stock from Tooper 3D Print, which is, I mean, look at it, it's beautiful. It comes down, clicks into place. There's then a little knob in here, you push, and how cool is that? I hope that's all in shot. Yeah, but the try and get this, there we go. The pump grip for the Turing kit is, it's got an extended barrel piece, which I didn't really like, and it was quite expensive for the whole kit altogether. So I bought this probably a year and a half ago now. It's been sat in the garage with all my stuff. And then AK Blaster Mods appeared, came out with their Rampage pump grip, which I loved, and I was like, I think I can make that work. In a bit we'll open it up and I'll take it apart and show you how I did it. So I've got that. I then spoke to some of my 3D printer friends, 3 or 4 of them, and Vicolai and Martin, he's Vicolai on the forums and stuff, Instagram, took up the challenge of making this pump grip work with an Alpha Trooper. So the AK Blaster Mods kit comes with the grip itself, the tube, and this piece to attach to the back, and then this piece which attaches to the front of the Rampage. But obviously this isn't a Rampage, it's an Alpha Trooper, so I don't know if you can see that, but that's not going to fit on here. So Martin came up with this. I've got a muzzle attachment piece which I got from 3D printed solid for the Alpha Trooper, so I already had that. So yeah, he designed a piece around, I think it's a Valor's like barrel attachment piece that he's designed, and then Martin's just taken that, I think, and come up with this. So with the tube, there's an end cap on here so you can fit the tube through. I've glued it on for now, which now I'm going to have to take it apart, could be a bit of a pain. No, it won't, it'll be fine. Shut up, cat. So yeah. Then, before we open it up, I've been looking for the Orange Modworks Immortal kit for the Alpha Trooper since I started in the hobby, just around the time that Orange Modworks started to kind of fade out for a bit. I got lucky about, it must have been 6 months ago now, and just cruising on eBay, and someone was selling an OG Alpha Trooper with the kit, which is like super cool. When I received it, it was missing the dart guide, so I've just cut one out of the Alpha Trooper I had, and JB welded it on there. Yeah. So, why an original Alpha Trooper and not an Elite one? Because I like the yellow. I couldn't be bothered to convert a yellow one to an Elite Alpha Trooper, and it's just fun, isn't it? Nerf's all about fun. So, spring-wise, put this down. So, originally, before I got any of this, whenever I ran my OG, I had the Orange Modworks 5 kg spring. I bought, which is currently in here, the Turf 5 kg spring, which the Orange Modworks one feels much stronger. I haven't checked the coils and frequencies and stuff to see if they're the same or different, and the wire and stuff, but so that's why I've got the Turf spring one in here at the moment, because when you prime this, you have to mean it. Oh, it caught first time. It never catches first time. This is a pain to deprime it. Because if you just pull it, it won't catch. So there's just that little, I don't know if that came out, but it's literally like 0.5 millimeter that it won't. So forward like that. So yeah, you've got to mean it when you're priming it. You slipped. So yeah, I have the Rawhide spring, Turf spring, which is one of the last springs Mike Sutcliffe came out with before he closed down Aussie Turfs. It's a 7.5 kilogram reverse plunger spring. He had a video, he's taken all his videos down now, which is really annoying, because I can't remember if it's you take a coil or a coil and a half off of this and it becomes an 11 kilo spring. I did try it again before I changed all of this, but it wasn't catching. When I open it up, I'll show you why I've had so many issues with it catching. Excuse me. So let's get it open and show you inside. As you can see, you've got the Immortal kit here, metal catch, metal trigger, Orange Modworks. Just move the spring a little bit. I should have taken the spring out before I did this, but there we go. So that's that. So then you can see here, let's get in close, shall we? As you can see here, is the bit I've had to tack on. Got the kit, which is all lovely, lovely. So if we move this forward a little bit, so you've got the piece here. I've just, again, JB weld rather than epoxy, just because I had it to hand. To just this half of the shell. It's holding up for now, it's only been done for a little bit, but there we go. Up here, you've got the, I can't, like I say, I've glued that on for now. I should be able to pop it off, but I'm not going to do it right now, only if I need to. For this piece, and then you've got the grip, and I'll show you what I've done there. Let's bring it up here. Originally there was a big opening up here-ish where the nut from this sat in, and then the screw, so I'm assuming, I haven't taken a Rampage or a Raider apart, but I'm assuming that the priming bar, instead of it being horizontal like that, the hole's vertical, so it's facing that way, so you can put the screw through. So like just saying, you can see there, and then here was the same, just here is where the screw went in, like the screw head could go. So what I've had to do is, because the Alpha Trooper is a different setup, because Rampage is on its side, because it's all weird and janky, I basically JB weld again, filled it all up, molded it around so it fits, sanded it down so it all fits, and then obviously you can clearly see I've cut a hole there for that to fit in, sanded out a bit there so that can fit in. Then this side again sanded down for this piece, and then just drilled out a hole here for that to fit, and yeah, it works. So I did it originally, and there was a little bit of movement where the bar could move within the hole. It wasn't very tight, so I had to go back and redo it, because the reason for the catching issue is as you're priming it back, when it gets to here, with the stronger spring loads, the bar flexes, and I don't know if you can see on these bits, there's some marks. I don't know if that's coming up on the camera, but that's clearly where the bar's been rubbing. So it'd be flexing into there, but I think because this has pulled the bar down, it's not pushing into it as much. So yeah, and obviously with the really strong spring loads, it didn't really matter. If it was going to bend, it was going to bend, or flex. It wasn't like fully bending. Let's get that straight. Hold on. So I've also, catch spring, I did originally have a turf catch spring, and these bad boys are like, these things are chunky, like that is just super thick, and it wasn't having any of it. So I put in, it's either a stock catch spring or even weaker than stock catch spring, but it holds it for the weight that I've got in there, the Alpha, why do I keep going Alpha, the turf spring, Aussie turf spring. So yeah, the stock, Turin 3D print stock, it screws, oh, screen's gone again, screws, so you don't use it, you have to take off, hold on, that piece off the back for it to fit, because it won't fit over that. So obviously runs with the long darts. I want to run it with Stefan's worker darts, short darts, whatever you want to call them. So I've got an adapter. I haven't cronied it, so we'll do that in a second. I'll put it back together, go grab a couple of mags and the adapter, because I'm interested to see how it works with the shorter darts. Yeah, so I'll put this back together, and then we'll do a crony test. If you see any wobbling, it's because I'm knocking the camera. So we'll start with, crap, I need to move it again. 6 rounds, full lengths, double lengths. This top one is like a FVJ almost, just because I had some darts up by the TV behind me. I just grabbed those, chucked them in the mag. I'm just going to do 6 shots because let's get this stuff done so it stops flapping about. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, I've got to push the thing forward first. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna have to. Oh, okay, we're in. Oh Christ! Sorry, I did. And the dart just fell out. This is just all going to be janky as. There you go. Oh. Okay. That again. Where's my poker? This is not going well. Ooh, that was a good one. Again, that's not loading them properly. Okay. Oh, that one did. And okay, so this is not. Let's just try this dart that fell out the end. Yeah. So I don't. You can see there, the dart is down the end there. It should be kind of at least in that kind of area, but it's not, which is why I'm getting some crappy results. So yeah, and that was 21. So I think the 270s was when I pushed the dart back in properly. Next we'll try a katana, jet katana mag adapter with katana with 6. That's probably totally blown out. And oh, Christ on a bike. Okay, we're in. Oh, jeez. Okay. So that's 2 falling out. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, try one more. That has gotten stuck in there. I'm going to try poking this one down. Bit, and bam! Wowzers. That was only 62. It looked like a lot more. And didn't really like that at all. Finally, I've got my Axel Customs KT adapter, which I will be running a Talon through. Let's see if this is any better. That's a no. Pull the first one out. Clippity clip, cloppity clop, poppity pop. Okay, I'm just going to give up with this. Don't know what's going to happen here, but yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Jesus. That's just bent all of those. Data playback. So, yeah. Basically not worth it. My final thoughts. It's a typical alpha Tooper, real temperamental. But I mainly built it because I just wanted a blaster that looked badass, which I think it does, especially with the stock down. With the stock up, it still looks badass, but yeah, I prefer it with the stock down personally. But either way, whatever. Yeah, so catching is a real issue. I could probably put the stock spring back in and it wouldn't be too bad. Feeding the darts is an absolute pain. I'm not sure if that's because of my bodge job on the dart guide or what, but when they were loaded properly, I reckon it'd average about 75, which for a reverse plunger isn't terrible at all. I'd only use it at stock wars anyway, or, you know, under 130, 100 FPS kind of games. I mean, in a community now that's just chasing the dragon of FPS and rate of fire and those kinds of things, I wanted to go back, do something not for the power, but for the lulz. Yeah. So I like it. It's a pain in the butt to use, but I probably very rarely ever use it anyway. It's a display piece more than anything. And for a giggle, which is all this hobby is about. So yeah, I was really hoping it would go first time. Oh, I've got a load. Let's grab a full length. Yeah, get in. I just want to do this. Safety test, blah blah blah. Are we in? We're in. Aim at the cup. 79, look. So when the darts are loaded properly, it's a decent little thing. Comment below what you think of this. Is it cool? Is it not cool? I'm sure everyone will be, oh, you should flywheel the world it, HPA it, all that. I don't want it to be. I want it to be the old school Orange Modworks reverse plunger. Nuss. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe, like the video, ring my bell, because I don't know when the next video is coming. I just realised my hair must have been a complete mess throughout this whole video, but there we go. There'll be posts on my Instagram, links to the Instagrams below, links to the Nerf gun attachments review of this kit below. Yeah, that's it really. Follow me on the Instagram, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and managed to do a whole video without getting interrupted by the animals too much. It's gonna rip itself to pieces at some point.